Welcome everybody, my name is Like It's 1985, and today we are going to take a look at Transformers Generations Deluxe Class HOIST. HOIST here of course is a recolor and retool of the Generations Deluxe Trail Cutter, aka Trail Breaker figure. I actually don't have that figure yet, it's actually going to be arriving in the mail tomorrow. So this is my very first look at this HOIST Trail Cutter mold. And one thing I want to point out before I get into the details here is the relative small size of this vehicle. Really somewhat disappointed with the actual size of vehicle mode. And to illustrate that, let me bring in another Deluxe Generations figure. I'll bring in Warpath here in his tank mode, of course. And you can see the size difference there. So really unfortunate size for HOIST. Finally, let me bring in Deluxe Class Sideswipe / Swerve. This is the Sideswipe Swerve mold from Revenge of the Fallen. Again, a deluxe figure. And you can see the difference in size there. So with that said, let me talk about the wheels. The wheels, as you can see, the front wheels are actually designed so that only the outer part of the tire will actually rotate. And they don't rotate that well, and this is actually a pre-retail release of the figure, so it may be like a quality control reject, but my figure doesn't roll quite that well. The back wheels spin freely, but the front wheels here do not, for some reason. You have the crane here, as you can see, it's articulated. It's got a hook at the end. It actually plugs into the back right there. And it actually transforms into a weapon. And this will be the gun for HOIST's robot mode. And as you can see up here is the, I guess you'd call it the shield emitter or the radar emitter that's found also on the Trail Cutter Trail Breaker figure. Why Hasbro included it on this figure, I do not know, because this does not really have any place on HOIST. It really belongs in as a part of the Trail Cutter Trail Breaker figure. So I'm not sure why they decided to leave it on there, but kind of odd. Nonetheless, you do have this on a little pin joint there. It can go like that. And taking a look at the details, it's actually pretty nicely detailed. You can see some details up here at the front with the hook assembly. Some silver paint ups here in the front. A nice Autobot symbol there on the hood. Some hazard symbols here, the iconic look for HOIST design there. Look at the undercarriage. So that's all I really have to say about this particular vehicle mode. So let's go ahead and transform this guy into the robot mode. Pretty simple. I'm going to start with the legs, of course. I'm going to take the back section of the vehicle, kind of crack it open like that. The legs go out. And you can see they actually will extend out like that, and they actually will tab into place. There's a little tab there. You want to make sure it's all the way in like that. Like that. Should click into place. There are the feet, and that's all you got to do for the legs and feet. So you're done there. So with the arms here, these are the four arms here folded up and tabbed together. You want to take the panel here, rotate that down, get that freed up. And that will allow you to untab the arms. And as you're doing so, the tires will rotate inwards, as you can see, like that. We'll come back to the arms. Let's go ahead and transform the chest here. Now the chest actually has an interesting transformation. See where this section of the hood is with the Autobot symbol? This actually will come down. You can see how it pops down like that. And actually will tab into a slot there. There's a tab and a slot. It's going to bring that down and eventually tab that in place. Now also interesting about the transformation here is you're actually going to kind of pivot this part of the vehicle forward in relation to this part here. So let me see if I can show you that. There we go. You can see how this kind of pivots back like that. And then this whole assembly is going to come down. The green part will tab into that tab, and the front section here will form the lower torso, if you will, of Hoist. There we go. You want to take you can see how the shoulders are attached to this gray piece here. You want to rotate this piece all the way around such that you have a tab sticking out here and a notch. You can see there. That kind of just holds it in place. It does tend to come loose as you're articulating the figure, but it sort of, does a decent job while you're actually holding the actual arm assembly in place. So there's that. That's for the arms here. You want to, the panel will be like this. So you want to take out the hand here, close the panel up, and then rotate the arm around such that you have the arm like that with the silver bits here facing upwards and the hazard sign facing down. And you can see already these tabs have come untabbed here, so you kind of just have to tab them back in place as you can. Okay, now for the head is a bit difficult to get out, so let me go ahead and grab something here and see if I can get the head out, because it is a bit difficult, and I was actually meaning to get my little tool. There we go. Rotate the head around. The head itself is on a swivel. I do notice that the head tends to go back, as you can see, like that. There doesn't seem to be anything that I'm aware of to lock the base of the, I shouldn't say the head though, I should say actually this orange plate here that the head rests on. It tends to fall back inside of the chest area. I don't know why that is. There doesn't seem to be anything to lock it in place, so there is that kind of annoyance as you're articulating the head. It sometimes tends to fall back in that cavity. So you got a swivel at the head, ball jointed shoulders, swivel at the bicep, banded at the elbow, wrists. Then you have waist articulation. Pop that back on there. Hips, swivel at the thigh, bend at the knee, and that's really your articulation for hoist here. You can see again the head kind of went back down in this little recessed area in his chest. Okay, so then you also have articulation with this shield emitter here. It can, sit like this over his head or just like that, whatever you want. Of course, he has a weapon here. Pegs into the fist, pegs into the forearm. It could peg back here for storage if you wanted to. So there is that option as well with the weapon. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at size comparisons here. So I'll get Hoist all ready to go here. Let me bring in the Bumblebee figure here that we all know and maybe love. So you can see they actually are roughly about the right size in relation to each other. And let me bring in finally Reveal a Shield Deluxe Class Jazz. Next to Jazz, Hoist looks smaller than he should be, at least in my opinion. Apparently this is the Hoist is based on the IDW depiction of Hoist, so I don't know how exactly that is depicted in the actual IDW comics, but there you go, just an idea of where Hoist will fit in, if anywhere, into your collection. Alright, so there he is. I do like the green, the yellow. Of course, that is a definite color homage to the Generation 1 Hoist figure and character. Again, I don't know why Hasbro had opted to include this shield emitter when it truly Trailbreaker's signature accessory or weapon, if you will. The size in robot mode isn't bad, but like I showed you before, the scale or size in the vehicle mode is, you know, disappointing. I don't know why that is. I don't know if maybe Hasbro thought, well, we're including a comic along with the figure, so we'll make the figure smaller, or I doubt that was it, but I would have liked to see a bigger hoist, especially in his vehicle mode. So there you go, Transformers Generations Deluxe Class Hoist. Like I said before, I'll be getting Trail Cutter or Trailbreaker tomorrow in the mail, along with the other first wave of the IDW Deluxe Class figures. Alright, thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys later.